Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to teach you today about the ability to access the joy you're looking for right now without needing to wait for something to happen, without needing to wait for marriage to happen, without needing to wait for whatever it is that you're really looking for to happen. And I kind of want to teach it to you on a practical level and a deeper understanding of how to access it, because I want to kind of show you what's happening that's blocking you from the joy and how to access it on a deeper level, inshallah. And so to start off, everything I teach or coach to get people to get the results they want revolves around the ayah, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And this is, if you thank me, I will surely increase you. This is an ayah in the Quran. This is a fact. This is the law of life. This is how Allah increases us in blessings. Now, when we hear the word gratitude or be thankful for what you have, our brain tends to water it down or cheapen that feeling because we've heard it so much and it's not something that we're able to stay in a consistent level. Only because I want to show you why that's happening. So if we say things like, just be grateful, you have a house, you have a healthy body, you have you're safe. When you say that, we can say that, but then our kind of subconscious thoughts that come up is, yeah, I do have that, but it's not enough. And it's not necessarily something you really feel or can recognize right away, but that is what blocks that feeling of gratitude. Now, before I actually dig into gratitude for a minute, the feeling of joy and happiness comes from gratitude. Gratitude is happiness. Gratitude is the same thing as happiness. And I'll give you an example. When you say things like, I just love my mom. I'm so happy that I have my mom. What is that translating to exactly subconsciously is like, I'm so grateful that I even have a mom. If you say things like, I'm so happy I'm going on this trip, what that's translating to is, I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to even go on this trip. And you might not be able to recognize that you're being grateful in that moment because you're just overwhelmed with joy. But the feeling underneath the baseline of all this joy is gratitude. You cannot be happy without gratitude. It's just not accessible. You're just so appreciative and thankful in the moment that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I'm so thankful that this is happening. And when you start seeing joy from a place of gratitude, it's not necessarily the circumstance that makes you happy. It's what you appreciate in that moment that causes the joy. Now, the thing that blocks joy is feelings like, yeah, but it's not enough. Yeah, but it's not good enough. Yeah, but I'm missing this. Yeah, but this is not that great. If, for example, you could say things like, yeah, I'm single, I have everything I need. Yeah, but I don't have the husband. And so what does that do? That comment, that subconscious comment, will block any joy you have in your life that's going on everywhere else. You might not even notice it. That's the thing that sucks about our brains is we really want to be grateful, but there's this little nagging voice that says, yeah, but it's not enough. And so I could sit here and tell you, like, let's just list out all the things you're grateful for. But here's what happens, right? Your brain's going to hear this and go, all right, I know I've heard this over and over from multiple shuyukh and multiple people telling me that I need to be grateful in order to be happy. So here we go. All right, I'm going to be grateful. I'm grateful that I have a body. I'm grateful that I'm healthy, but it's not healthy enough. I'm grateful that my brain is functioning, but I'm just so annoyed at it. I'm grateful that I have somewhere to live, but it's not exactly where I want to live. I'm grateful that I have money, but it's just not enough money. So these statements, like right following behind every moment of gratitude is what blocks the feeling of gratitude actually coming up. And to access joy in the moment, you actually 100% have access to happiness right now, 100%. How we can actually just sit in this moment and recognize the mountain of blessings we have that are it's uncountable. You can't even count it. But the thing that blocks the feeling of happiness is the expectation that you should have more, that you should be somewhere else, that you're behind, that something's wrong with you specifically about why you don't have more. That immediately destroys all joy and gratitude in that moment. So when someone says, like, I'm not able to maintain the gratefulness or maintain this feeling of shukr, it's because those shameful thoughts come up about how it's not enough, about how you're not doing enough, about how you don't deserve happiness. And it's interesting when someone says, I don't deserve happiness, subconsciously, is because no one says I don't deserve to be grateful. But we say we don't deserve happiness, and that's our brains talking, right? But being grateful is happiness. That's what gives you the happiness you're looking for. And so how do we access that is we just sit down and think, how amazing is my body that it's functioning? There is someone out there right now praying for, like, dying and praying to get your circumstance right now, to get the same circumstance you're in right now that you don't really appreciate. And then your brain could be like, I know I'm supposed to be more grateful, and I know I'm supposed to be grateful, and I shouldn't be asking for more. I'm not saying that. This is exactly the voice that's blocking you from joy. You shouldn't be shaming yourself or doing all these things that just prevent the joy, which is you should just be thankful and just be quiet and just appreciate what you have. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying to learn the presence of how to be grateful is to appreciate the smallest things. Is a practice, right? Like I'm looking at my hand right now. I'm like, look at all these little ridges on my fingers. Isn't that so fascinating? And the fact that my hand can move and I have a hand in all of this, right? So just practice for 1 second, appreciating that you have a hand and how incredible that Allah has created us with so much detail that makes no sense to us. And then I just want you to notice any negative thoughts that come up right after you're done being grateful. And this is the practice to actually be someone that's grateful, is you practice doing it and noticing the negative thoughts that block the gratitude to actually seep into your brain. And we're all wired subconsciously to be happy, but we don't know what happiness actually is. We think happiness comes from the circumstance changing, right? Which is, once I get a husband, then I'll be happy. Once I get married, then I'll be okay and happy, and I won't be frustrated anymore. But your frustration is coming from the thought, I don't have what I want. And what you focus on will grow. So if you keep focusing on, I don't have what I want, and this girl's telling me to be grateful, that's not going to work at all. It's just going to even create more frustration, because if someone's telling you to be grateful when you're struggling and suffering, it's not going to work. And I want to say that on a spiritual level, this is a really simple analogy here, but if Allah is giving you a mountain of blessings right now, you have everything and more that you need to fulfill your purpose, which is to be alive and healthy, and you have food for the day, and you have your health for the day, even if you have some illnesses or diseases, but you're still functioning, you're still able to watch this video, for example. If you're having this mountain of blessings and Allah adds another one of your blessings, you're just going to add it to the pile of blessings that you're not thankful for. Because there is this concept in psychology called hedonic adaptation, where the brain immediately adapts to things to and makes it a new normal. Like you're not happy. It's kind of like when you buy new shoes and you're excited the first couple of days and then it just becomes a normal thing. So sometimes Allah doesn't give you what you want because you haven't practiced actually appreciating the current mountain of blessings that you have, so that when you do get the husband you're looking for or the wife you're looking for, you actually appreciate them and you learn how to appreciate them, not from a place of, yeah, but it's not enough. Yeah, but I'm not doing enough. Yeah, but this, yeah, but comments that come up for you, that disappears when you learn how to appreciate the current blessings that you have. And I always share this story to really prove a point here is the week before I met my husband, I would say to Allah, like, Ya Allah, I'm really frustrated that I don't, I can't figure out what's wrong, that why can't I just find my husband? And I was so focused on that. And I realized in that moment that, Ya Allah, I have way more than I've ever asked for. And I can't even believe the amount of blessings you've given me that I have completely forgotten. And all I ask, I remember asking, Ya Allah, all I want was your acceptance, and you granted it. And I feel your presence now. And I love my life as it is. And Ya Allah, I just want your rida. I just want whatever you want for me. And immediately in that moment, I noticed that I have everything I need in this moment to be happy. I don't need to focus on what I don't have. And this is especially true for people who are going through struggles, who are going through either severe illnesses or diseases or syndromes or pain that they're going through that they can't handle. When you are thankful for the pain that's there, Ya Allah, use this pain, let's say, use my back pain to give me the hidayah that I'm looking for, give me the guidance that I'm looking for. Ya Allah, use this pain to make me the person that I've always wanted to be, which is to be more disciplined, to be more patient, to be more just grateful for every lesson that you give me. Well, Allah al-Azim, the pain goes away. And I'm doing this right now with myself. I have a lot of like pains in my body, but and it just feels like I'm living my purpose by submitting to Allah. And when I made that dua about like, Ya Allah, I just need your acceptance. I don't need anything else but your acceptance. The next week I met my husband. And I see this all the time with my clients who learn how to appreciate where they're at, what they have right now without focusing on what they don't have, without and quieting the other voice that's telling them that you're behind and you should have more, and because you don't have more you can't be happy unless you get there. That voice is quiet, or is like they recognize that it's not real, and that helps them actually feel the gratitude that they want in that moment. And as an exercise for you to, this is something you really have to implement. Don't just watch this and be like, oh, that was nice, and then don't do anything. Allow yourself to create a list of at least like 25 things about you or your life that you genuinely appreciate that you have. And notice any thoughts that come up that make you feel like it's not enough, or that you're not good enough, or you're still behind. And just noticing that alone will help you access the gratitude, that appreciation and gratitude that you're looking for. Which, like I said, I translate it to gratitude is happiness. It's the same thing. Okay. And when you think of the things that you do want, and you see it from a perspective of, imagine Allah has already given me all this, and I still have a list of things I want, and I don't know when I'm going to die, but like I'm so excited for what the future holds for me. I know I'm not supposed to get it right away. I know I wish I could get it at a certain age, but I just want to focus on what Allah has currently given me. And once you're done watching this video, actually feel the presence of 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 the blessings that Allah has given you. We can't even count it, right? Go make yourself a nice meal and notice how when you're eating a meal, every bite feels and tastes amazing, and how Allah has given you the taste buds to experience the beauty of that food, or to walk outside and to see the sun, and to just, ya Allah, thank you for giving me eyes, for giving me permission to have the eyesight that I want to see your beauty, to see the beauty around me. Ya Allah, thank you for like, get really specific, right? And if you're someone who's really struggling, let's say you have I don't know, a family member that's really annoying you about something. Ya Allah, thank you for giving me this family member that's really annoying me, because it's bringing out all the things that I am noticing about myself that I would love to work on to become the version of me that I'd be so proud of. And focus on it from that perspective. And just drop this whole idea that you don't have what you want yet, and that's a bad thing. We're not here to only focus on why we don't have what we want, even though we're programmed to believe that we're supposed to be happy all the time. That expectation alone causes so much pain. And even being grateful for all the negative feelings that you get, right? Like, sometimes I feel I have moments of sadness, moments of like deep depression about things, or just stress or anxiety. Allah, thank you for giving me feelings to access these negative feelings, because without these negative feelings, I wouldn't appreciate and understand the positive ones. Ya Allah, thank you for all the hard times in my life, because that's what's given me such an incredible wisdom and growth that I wouldn't have experienced if you didn't put me through that. Ya Allah, thank you for causing me to go through difficult moments where I can't sleep some nights, because those are the moments where I'm learning how to get closer to understanding why I'm feeling through these pains, and trying to make sense of it. And ya Allah, thank you for putting me through pain, because every pain that I feel, I know you're creating a castle for me in Jannah, right? You start coming up with things, start getting creative with what Allah has given you. Because again, if you don't appreciate that mountain of blessings, it's just like if He gives you another blessing, you're just going to add it to that stack of blessings that you've already ignored. Mostly, and coming from a psychology perspective, your brain's going to ignore it because of that concept I mentioned, which is hedonic adaptation, which is something you can Google and really understand. But again, make that list that I told you about, and find ways to really connect back to Allah. And I would suggest even writing the list of thoughts that are blocking you from feeling grateful. And I don't cheapen this idea of gratefulness by just saying, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, and you don't really feel it because these other thoughts are interrupting it. Okay, so this is my last video for the year, just for this year, because I'm going on break for 2 weeks. And so I'll see you after the new year, inshallah. And I pray, Ya Allah, to give you all the guidance and the joy and the patience that you're looking for to achieve the highest form of character, and to give you the hidayah that you're looking for to take you to the next level of your evolution. And this is where we're at, right? We sometimes we focus on why am I not there yet, when we can just, if you look at yourself as a child that's consistently growing, even as an adult, we're still growing. We have this expectation that we should have it all figured out by now, but we don't. We shouldn't have it figured out, because otherwise we'd be perfect at life, and that's not what we're here for. We're here to consistently learn and grow. And just like if you see a baby learning to walk and to eat and to just talk, you appreciate how adorable it is. And I want you to notice yourself and notice how adorable you are for messing up and not figuring it out, and getting up anyway, and trying and giving up and trying to have more tawakkul, but it keeps falling off, or being more grateful and falling off. But as long as you're trying and you're learning, that's all that matters. Right, this is a 20-minute video. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry, actually. This was a good one. So yeah, inshallah, I'll see you guys after the new year. If you haven't signed up for the inner shift, by the way, this is the new group coaching program that I have coming up. It's a 6-month group coaching program where I help guide you to with whatever you're at in your relationship journey to get you to a place where you will feel a lot more confident approaching this journey, this process. And when you get into that, you'll also be included in you'll get the inner shift main program that will help you, and you can actually get those recordings right away to learn as you go in the next 2-3 weeks before we start on January 11th. And you can always join afterwards too, inshallah. I think that's it, right? Okay. My links in the website's in my bio, and if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me through the DMs on Instagram. And I probably won't answer until after New Year, but actually, no, I'll answer it. We'll see. All right, I'm done talking. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.